Good morning, everyone. Today I want to talk about the chapter 5. What is green transportation?
Hello, what is green transportation? Green transportation is that kind of a transportation system which does not affect the environment negatively. The field of green transportation has expanded a lot in the past few years owing to the rising petrol and gas prices across the world. Green transportation is not just important for the current time but also for the future and needs to be developed even further. Some examples of green transportation are walking, cycles, car sharing, electric bikes and scooters, green vehicles which run on wind, hydrogen, solar energy and biofuels, and public transportation such as buses, metros and subways. Bicycle is a major form of daily transportation in many countries. Bicycles are the most sustainable form of transport, are the least expensive to use, are pollution-free, take up the smallest amount of space for riding and parking, and provide daily access for riders. Towns and cities have to be made cycle-friendly to encourage their wide use. Riding a bicycle instead of driving a car enormously contributes to a riding to the atmosphere of greenhouse gases. Although walking is a great green transportation mode, a bicycle has far-reaching benefits because it's faster plus it's in itself a form of workout. You can buy a bicycle at really reasonable prices these days. Buying and maintenance cost is only a fraction of that required for a car. An e-bike is as much as 6 times more efficient than riding a train. In addition to being a greener transportation option, they also offer more freedom of movement without schedule restriction and the ability to travel alone if desired. Electric bikes are great modes of green transportation because they don't release any harmful emission into the environment. With an electric bike, only light pedaling is needed. The speed of electric bike is great, regulated by law though. Some countries limit electric bikes speeds mph. Still in other countries you must have a special registration license and insurance to be able to ride an electric bike. Some notable kind of electric vehicles include cars, motorcycles, lorries, trains, boats and scooters. Electric vehicles powered entirely by electricity do not emit any dangerous gases even though the toxic emission might be produced by plants generating the electricity. Still, the power can be tapped from renewable technologies like geothermal, hydroelectric, solar power and wind turbines. Opting for green vehicle powered by alternative fuel and advanced vehicle technologies puts less pressure on the environment as compared to conventional internal combustion engine vehicles running on petrol or diesel. Green trains. Comparing rail with road and air transport makes it possible to demonstrate that the train is much more sustainable, whether in terms of CO2 emissions, energy consumption, use of space, or noise levels. With most world governments now dedicated to supporting green transportation than ever, trains are getting increasingly greener with hybrid locomotives and other innovative green technologies. The innovative hybrid locomotive utilizes similar technologies applied in hybrid cars. The modern electric trains make use of electrified third rail, overhead lines or devices that store up energy like fuel cells and batteries. The advantage of this electric train is that they travel at top speed of more than 200 mph yet maintaining high levels of safety. Electric motorcycles. Apart from being pocket-friendly, e-bikes are environment-friendly too. As these are electrically driven, there is no carbon emission. By using e-bikes, we can make our small contribution towards Mother Earth. Like other electric vehicles, electric motorcycles do not give off emissions. They are typically battery-powered. Nonetheless, pollution may occur as a result of generation of grid electricity utilized to charge electric bikes' batteries. Electric motorcycles, however, come with a huge price tag. The cheapest electric motorcycle could cost you about $7,000. Some top-range motorcycles even have their parts designed from recycled materials. Service and freight vehicles. These kind of vehicles attribute to about 9% of the total toxic gas emission, utilizing electricity and biofuels instead of the regular fossil fuel resources in services and freight vehicles, administering travel demands and offering lots of travel alternatives will go a long way towards aligning the transportation sector to conform to green transportation. Multiple occupant vehicles. The explosion of vehicles around the world has been due to the booming world economy. While this is a milestone many are happy about, pollution levels have significantly increased. Multiple occupant vehicles, also referred to as carpools, reduce the number of vehicles on road, hence minimizing level of pollution. Multiple occupant vehicles are very eco-friendly and favorable mode of green transportation. Group of friends and colleagues can make use one vehicle when habitually driving in similar direction. Instead of five individuals driving their own cars in similar direction, there's a lot more economical, saves money and fuel, and ecologically sensible to make use of a single car to take all of you to the destination. Definitely a great way to save petrol and money. Hybrid cars. Hybrid cars also rely on electricity. A vast majority of hybrid cars are designed to automatically recharge their batteries by converting energy in the course of braking. Greenhouse emissions in hybrid cars are extremely low. Emission can range from 26% to 90% lower compared to standard cars. According to experts, hybrid cars cut down health-threatening emissions by over 90%, while hybrid cars contribute little to no greenhouse emission. They lack in some areas. The batteries have some environmental impacts. This means the caustic substances lighting up the batteries have to be carefully and well disposed of. The new hybrid buses. Some of the best innovative green buses have already hit the market. A classic example is the Mercedes-Benz C-G Blue Tech hybrid bus, which utilizes four electric wheel hub motors together with automotive lithium-ion batteries. The lithium-ion battery is regarded as the world's largest. The battery has the capacity to store up vast amounts of energy derived from a diesel generator. The bus also generates energy in the course braking.
Pedestrian, one so perfect to work to the school, to work and to grocery shopping etc. Working in ways zero emission of any greenhouse gas. It is free and an additional plus. It is a good form of exercise for the body.
The Renewable City Strategy is a vision for the future of Vancouver where we rely 100% on renewable energy to power our city before 2050. Transportation uses a quarter of the energy that's used in the city of Vancouver. So we really want to reduce the amount of energy that's used in transportation and ultimately just increase the amount of renewable energy that we use.
A complete compact community is the kind of place where people can live close to where they might work, where they play, and they have options to get around. So walking, cycling, taking transit. By opening up these choices to people and by reducing the distances that people have to travel, we can reduce our use of fossil fuels.
Living in this neighborhood near Commercial Drive has been life-changing. Everything is at my fingertips. Schools, grocery stores, restaurants, the community center, and there's the beach. So I can have anything I want just a few blocks away from me.
We've got tremendous demand for transit use from our citizens as well as from visitors and the thousands of people that work in Vancouver. So it's really important that we add additional capacity and also extend the system.
Me and Gus will use transit to come home from work and daycare. He's constantly exploring and it's such a social experience for us. Transit connects you to your city and can really open up things like housing options. It's really important for thinking about the future.
More electric vehicles are coming on the market, and as the battery technologies are maturing as well, the prices are coming down. And the city is working on a strategy to significantly increase the number of charging stations in Vancouver.
Having an electric car is amazing. I could never go back to a regular gas car. It's so smooth to drive. There's almost no maintenance. Every day you come home, you just plug the car in, and when you wake up in the morning, you have a full range, and you get used to that sense of just quiet.
Mobility pricing is charging for car trips, such as a bridge toll. You can relate that directly to the cost of a transit trip versus the cost of a bike trip or walking.
Car sharing is a great option to have. I don't use them every day. I use them when it makes the most sense. So if I want to bike to work one day and if I get tired, decide I don't want to bike home, I can just put my bike on the Evo and drive home.
To move goods and deliver services effectively and efficiently, it's going to be paramount that we better manage commercial transportation. The city can support the local production and distribution of goods so that we're minimizing the need for large-scale, long-distance transportation.
We're very aware of our routing.
Many of our businesses are very, very keen on looking at transportation and what a low-carbon economy could look like. We've had a lot more discussions around electric cars as there's some larger, heavier duty models that are starting to hit the marketplace.
By pursuing renewably powered transportation, we will improve the quality of life and, of course, the environment. Ultimately, this is about making Vancouver a better place for all of us.
The benefit of green transportation: first, favor to not environmental pollution, save your money, contribute to building of a sustainable economy, improve health. favor to no environmental pollution, the existing mode of transportation utilize sources of energy such as fossil fuel, which emit vast quantities of greenhouse gas to the environment. Switching to green transportation will help rid the atmosphere of this toxic gas, since this mode of transportation have few to zero emission. Save your money. Embracing green transportation mode like bicycle, multiple occupant car, and electric motorcycle will save you a lot of out-of-pocket costs related to buying fossil fuel at the pump. Contribute to building of a sustainable economy. Manufacturing and distribution of green vehicles will go along with improving existing transport system. This will lead to creation of more jobs in the transport sector, hence minimizing socio-economic disparity and building up of sustainable economy. It will also minimize our relation of fossil fuel with then an economy. Improve health. Energy source for fossil fuel like natural gas, coal, and oil emit toxic gas that negatively affect our health. In fact, these gases have been associated with rising cases of cancer and other cardiovascular diseases. The emissions produced by green vehicles are not harmful to human health, so embracing green transportation will only improve a country's health status. There are many other benefits associated with green transportation, which will enhance their lifestyle and improve quality of human life. It's a distinct task to convince the entire population to change out to green transportation, but with significant steps underway, the future of green transportation is nothing but right. Apart from this, there are various ways to go green at home. This will not only reduce the consumption of energy but will also save our environment from future.
Here's a question. How much cleaner are battery electric cars compared to gasoline-powered cars? To find out, the Union of Concerned Scientists studied the total global warming emissions of each vehicle throughout every stage of its life, from manufacturing to driving to disposal. And there's a big difference. Both cars start out on the assembly line with similar parts made of raw materials like steel and aluminum. For a gasoline car, this manufacturing and assembling stage generates about 7 tons of emissions. Battery electric cars, meanwhile, are powered by, you guessed it, a large battery. This requires more energy and materials to produce for an 84-mile range battery electric car, bringing its emissions tally up to roughly 8 tons. But what happens when they hit the road? Gas-powered cars produce pollution with every gallon of gas they burn, with even more emissions coming from extracting, refining, and transporting the fuel to gas stations. Electric cars, on the other hand, run on electricity, which can be much cleaner than gasoline, depending on how the electricity is made. 2/3 of Americans live in regions where charging an electric car produces fewer global warming emissions than driving even a 50-mile-per-gallon gasoline car. By the end of their lives, the average gas car will rack up 57 tons of global warming emissions, compared to 28 tons for a battery electric car. Disposing and recycling each car adds less than 1 ton of emissions. And remember that electric car battery? It can be recycled or reused. In the final tally, an 84-mile range battery electric car cuts global warming emissions by more than 50% compared with a similar-sized gas-powered car, making up for the battery's manufacturing emissions within 1 year of driving. And as the country adds more and more renewable sources of electricity, driving electric will get even better. So there you have it, straight from the engineers at the Union of Concerned Scientists. Electric cars, clean and getting cleaner.
Hi Madam. So transport infrastructure. Green infrastructure concept comprise of the following but not limited to. First one is reuse of materials. The second one is use of materials. The third one is new less carbon intensive materials. The fourth one is capacity management, making the best use of available supply of infrastructure, including efficiency in the operation of the system mode management. And the last one is promotes more efficient forms of transport, including walking and cycling, public transport, and rail, and best available technology. Green highway. Green highways use permeable materials in their construction in order to prevent metals and toxins from seeping into watersheds. Utilize recycled materials to reduce landfill use and control invasive species and promote the health of a natural native habitat. After that is the pedestrian bridges or flyovers. Pedestrian bridges and flyovers provide opportunities for alternative environmentally friendly transportation modes such as biking and walking. Walkways over main roads on rivers connects miles of trails on either side of the river, encouraging exercise and clean modes of transportation. Is public transportation. The public transport system now includes a number of bus rapid transport, that is BRTs, in the Klang Valley, Iskandar Malaysia, Penang, Ipoh, Kuantan, Kuching, and Kota Kinabalu, while the MRT has supplemented the extended LRT lines in the Klang Valley to link to Putrajaya. So after that is the green building materials. Recycled granite slabs from a nearby demolition area can be used to create steps in a park. Stone from previous structures can be incorporated to create a variety of seating and walkaway features. And steel from warehouses can be reused. All of this is to say that recycled building materials can provide a green boost to any project. The next one is rail. Rail is another possible replacement for the petrol car and 8-carriage train. At its maximum speed of 100 mph for 161 km per hour, consumes 1.6 km per 100 passengers per kilometer if full. In contrast to the eco car and the bicycle, trains manage to achieve outstanding efficiency without traveling slowly and without having a low weight per person. Trains make up for their high speed and heavy frame by exploiting the principle of small frontal area per person. So this is the pictures and the LRT systems maps. MRT is a common way to reduce city transportation, CFP.
So for the energy efficient transportation hubs or station, developed countries have already incorporated energy efficient materials and system in the design and specification of new station and transportation hubs. The approach is to work closely with design teams to minimize the operational energy use in stations and set out specifications of vehicles with the aim of minimizing energy use during operation. Harnessing daylight in the design of transportation hubs could eliminate usage of lighting needs during the day. Effort to reduce embodied carbon in materials though the use of cement substitutes may contribute to greater reduction in carbon footprint in construction projects. For the concept of green vehicle construction technology and green vehicle component in green vehicle. Car manufacturers have been focusing on gasoline and diesel engine improvement, alternative fuels, and hydrogen. Hybrid vehicles, fuel cells, batteries, weight reduction, and recycle material for parts of vehicles. The major technical concerns are achievement of certain level of energy efficiency and reduction of emission without sacrificing safety and vehicle performance. In addition, the development of manufacturing techniques to reduce the time, cost of vehicles and integrating recycled material for parts is another crucial technical challenge. Vehicle category: a green vehicle or clean vehicle or eco-friendly vehicle or environmentally friendly vehicle is a road motor vehicle that produces less harmful impacts to the environment than comparable conventional internal combustion engine vehicles running on gasoline or diesel, or one that uses certain alternative fuels. For example, comply to European emission standards such as Euro 6, California Zero Emissions Vehicle Standards, that's ZEV, ULEV, SULEV, and also PZEV. Low carbon fuel standards enacted in several countries. Then green vehicle can be powered by alternative fuels and advanced vehicle technologies and include hybrid electric vehicles, plug-in hybrid electric vehicles, battery electric vehicles, compressed air vehicles, hydrogen and fuel cell vehicles, need ethanol vehicles, flexible fuel vehicles, natural gas vehicles, clean diesel vehicles, and some sources also include vehicles using blends of diesel and ethanol full of gasoline. For the EEV standard by May, EEV specification for car segment A microcar city car, that's less than 800 km, that full efficiency 4.5 kiloliter of 100 km, and also city car and 801 to 1000 kg, that 5.0 liter per 100 km. The segment C is small family car, and also the segment D large family car, compact executive car, that 1401 until 1550, that 7 liter for 100 km. The segment E is executive car, that is 1550 to 1800, that's 9.5 liter 100 km. For the luxury cars, that's segment F, 1801 to 2050, that's 11 liter 100 km. For the segment J, that's 4 times 4, that is 2051 to 2350 for 11.5 liter for 100 km. Others is the 100 liter for 100 kilometers. For the type of EV, batteries and energy storage devices are key to the optimal performance of electric and hybrid electric vehicles. Electric vehicles and hybrid electric vehicles require different battery power to energy ration and make use of battery power differently. For the green vehicle, hybrid cars combines an energy storage system with an internal power producer required emit less CO2 and improve operative controllability compared with the traditional combustion engine cars. Hybrid cars such as the Toyota Prius have more efficient in engines and electric regenerative braking to recharge battery. After that, the electric cars. Electric vehicles can deliver transport at an energy cost of roughly 15 kWh per 100 km. That's 5 times better than our baseline fossil car and significantly better than any hybrid cars. Therefore, to achieve economical transport, we don't have to huddle together in public transport. We can still hurtle around enjoying all the pleasures and freedom for solo travel thanks to electric vehicles. The full cell car technology. So this is the full cell car technology. Power control unit governs the flow of electricity. After that, electric motor that is propels the vehicle more smoothly and efficiently than internal combustion engine and requires less maintenance. After that, the full cell stack converts hydrogen gas and oxygen into electricity to power the electric motor. Then high output battery stores energy generated from generative braking and provides supplemental power to the electric motor. After that, hydrogen storage tank storage hydrogen gas compressed to extremely high pressure to increase driving range. The concept of green fuel option, the introduction, alternative fuels. The alternative fuels for motor vehicles include liquefied petroleum gas, compressed natural gas, liquid feed, natural gas, methanol, ethanol, hydrogen. These fuels are designed to reduce emission and release lower greenhouse gas emissions compared to conventional fossil fuels. For the alternative fuel capable fleet, that is propane 30, hybrid 128, electric 49, and the E85 41,124, and also for the compressed natural gas is 583. For the biofuels, biodiesel is a renewable fuel that can be manufactured from vegetable oils, animal fats, or recycled restaurant grease for use in diesel vehicles. In Malaysia, biodiesel is domestically produced by blending 5 to 10% of palm oil, oil into petroleum diesel. Biodiesel improves fuel lubricity and raises the certain number of the fuels. Bioethanol is the renewable fuel manufactured from starch or sugar, producing plants such as sugarcane, corn, or tapioca. Flexible fuels vehicles (FFVs) have an internal combustion engine and are capable of operating on gasoline. E85, a gasoline ethanol blend containing 51% to 83% ethanol or a mixture of the two. So this is the ethanol plant in Thailand. For the hydrogen fuel, about 50% of the global population lives in areas where air pollution levels are high enough to negatively impact public health and the environment. Hydrogen powered fuel cell vehicle none of these harmful substances. Their only emission is H20, that's water and warm air. The ethanol feedstocks cellulosic biomass, for example corn stovers, switchgrass, wheat stalks, and sorghum. That is sugar present, starch present, biomass future technologies. Pretreatment, acid, ammonia fiber, external novel enzyme cocktails. The efficient forms of transport, including walking and cycling, public transport, rail, and best available technology. The green transport equal to infra plus services plus fuel plus technology plus attitude. That's all from me. Thank you.